There's no other country like Pakistan for hospitality. There's no doubt about it. I've been brought up in a family where food was maybe not the first but the second religion. I was born in France from French parents. I was born in Reims. Reims is a city of the Champagne. Then I studied in Reims, then I went to boarding school next to Paris, then I went to the States to study sociology. So I was really the misfit of the family because I chose to live a life which was not exactly according to what I was used to. I come from a very conservative, aristocratic family. Then I decided not to come back to France and instead start hitchhiking with a few friends, American friends I had. Came back to France and eventually two of my friends came to join me back, the one I was traveling with, and we decided to go to Africa. So first one was Lebanese, he was from Lebanese origin, so he decided to go to Lebanon first. We went to Lebanon, and once we were in Lebanon, we said, oh, we're not going to Syria, oh, we're not going to Iraq, oh, we're not going to Iran. And before we knew it, we were in Kabul. Actually, we were stuck because there was a war at that time in 72, or 71, end of 71, between Afghanistan, between Pakistan and Bangladesh, right? So we were stuck at the border for 6 months in Afghanistan. Came to Pakistan, arrived in Peshawar. My passport was stolen and we found the guy in a hotel in Peshawar. One of my friends beat him really badly and then he gave me back my passport and then I found also my clothes with him. And it was a big story. Because he beaten the guy, we ended up in jail also. But jail, thank God for me, it was a women's jail, meaning it's a very third-class hotel. And my two friends went into proper jail. So we met after 2 weeks in the jail. I still remember them with a bullet, you know, the big thing on the feet with chain. And I look at them, I said, I cannot believe it. Look at us, we are here. Anyway, eventually we were released. Then we came to Karachi. We took the train without paying our ticket because we had no money. So we were always avoiding, whenever there was a checkup in the train, we used to move or go to the bathroom. So anyway, we reached Karachi. We lived in a YMCA next to the bridge. And then I was hitchhiking. We were hitchhiking in Karachi, obviously, because we really had a very tight budget. And one guy took me, and I still remember his name, Mr. Alvi from Orient Advertisement. Then he asked me if I wanted to do some commercial. Of course, everything who could bring us some money, I would say yes, of course. Then I started this commercial. One was a mauve and gold, get into the world of mauve and gold. The photographer of this mauve and gold knew somebody in Lahore who was looking for a foreigner to play the role of the mother for his young kids. So he called this person. It was Sikander Rizvi, the son of Madam Noor Jehan, came to see me. And at that time, I was really wanting to go back to France. I was enough because it was a good experience, but you know, hitchhiking, sleeping on the floor, not to be able to take a shower every day, it was not exactly my upbringing. So I said, no. He said, no, you must come. I think you are the perfect person. I said, no, I'm going back to France. I'm going back to France. So I found this guy, a very nice Pakistani guy. He said, I'm going by car to London. So if you want, we can share the driving. I said, perfect, we'll do that. So I told Akbar, sorry, but I'm leaving next week in the morning and I'm going. So when I went there, the morning when I was supposed to meet this person, somebody opened the door. It was in Tariq Road he was leaving. This lady was crying and sobbing. I said, what happened? The person died in the night. Oh my God. Imagine if he had died on the road. What would I have done? And then he took a lot of pictures of me, went to Shah Noor's studio when he was leaving, showed my picture to some hippie, because at that time Shah Noor's studio was a central point of all hippie. Because when we were traveling, we say, when you go to Lahore, you go to Xander studio. The guy is really nice. You'll have good food. You'll have everything you want. So he said, you know, your picture, show your picture, and guess who is there? And he gave the name of a very good friend of mine from New York. I said, I can't believe it. I can't believe Curtis is there. Curtis was a black, tall guy, shaven head with a long ponytail. So I said, let's come to Lahore. So I came to Lahore to meet Curtis, and now 47 years ago, I'm still here. So then obviously Akbar and me, we fell in love. It was very nice. It was, for me, the type of life I like, madness, music, drama, fight, anyway. I was living in Lahore for quite a few years. I was teaching in American school French, so we moved to Karachi. I started looking for a boutique. A friend of mine who had a boutique in Lahore, she said, if you're in Karachi, why don't you open this boutique? I said, sure. It was called Art Center. And then from then on, I opened my own boutique, which was quite successful. I loved it. After that, I divorced in '88. Mother was frantically calling me, you come back, you come back. But I decided to stay because I said I had two. Sonia was 8 and Sikander was about 4. And I said it's better to raise your kids in Pakistan because they have this utmost respect for parents, elderly people, what we don't have much in Europe. And today I said I did a good decision. I took really a good decision. Then little by little, I was not tired of the boutique, I was tired of my career, yes, because it drove me insane. I used to go to see my parents who had a fabulous house in south of France. So we were just walking with the kids and they had crepe, you know, this French crepe, and they loved the crepe. I said, oh my God, that's something I should do. When I come back, I will open a creperie. So I looked for a place. And the director of the Alliance Française at that time was very close to me, very, very nice friend of mine, very good friend of mine. So I said, Bernard, I found a place it was Kada Market. So when he saw that place, he said, Florence, how are you? It's not nice, and you see the place, it's a shambles. Then I drove me back home, and on the way he said, but why don't you take the cafeteria of the Alliance Française? I said, wow. What a brilliant idea. Of course, it will be for the student and so on. So I took over the cafeteria of the Alliance Française, started doing the renovation, and then work on my crepe. And then people will say, oh, but why don't you do, you know, the steak you have in your house? Because I used to entertain a lot. I still do because I love to entertain. Why don't you add the steak? I said, yeah, maybe I should add the steak. And the salad. Oh, yes. And the fish we had at your house. Okay. So, you know, little by little, and then this French lady was there because her husband was writing a book on Pakistan, and she just approached me, and she said, but Florence, if you want, I'm a professional cook, and I could help you out. I said, fantastic, because I had no clue about a restaurant. 100 people, I was expecting 10 people, so everybody was waiting for us. Anyway, it was quite a... But I settled down, and it is today what it is, what Café Flo is today. Of course, the financial aspect was a challenge because I did not have much money. That's why I did my restaurant very basic. I use a lot of this, and still is, because I think it's my trademark, this French poster, which is free. Because, you know, I go to Paris whenever I walk, even now, whenever I walk and see a poster on a window, you know, it's a shop advertised gallery by putting poster on the front window. So I just go and pick them up. That's how I did all my poster. The people are great in this country, there's no doubt about it. Yes, they frustrate you because they have the lack of education, right? But they are good. Actually, the main problem I had when I was starting my Café Flo, it's not with the Pakistani people, it's with a French woman. She, you know, bad mentality and this and that. I don't have this with Pakistani people. I have a very good team in my kitchen. I mean, imagine today, 5 of my person are with me from day one. so many times people try to poach my cook. And they say, no, we are very happy with Madame. We're not going to leave her. I think it's very important to respect your staff. Respect. My dishwasher, I won't say, dear Leah, they please, can you respect them, treat them well, obviously pay them well, and I look after them. I think it's my responsibility to look after them, the family and this. So they have got a few advantages to work with me, meaning obviously they all have health insurance, which I pay for. I'm paying all the school for all my staff, for the children, which is good. At the end of the month, I give them bonus, which is normal, because I think if they work hard, I think they should be entitled to bonus. And there's a hope, especially for the people who start very low, like my dishwasher. There's a hope for them to come up. Sikander came to see me after he did hotel management in Lausanne. He knew I'm not keeping too well, at least in my legs, but in my head I'm still well. And then I trapped him. But slowly, I said, why don't you help me in Café Flo a little bit? And he said, Mama, I'm not going to do that. Okay, it's for a few months. Then somebody proposed me to take a place. It was ensemble, as we say. Actually, the name is Ensemble. I said, well, Sikander, why don't you do it? So that's how he started his Xander. And then obviously, after that, he was trapped. It was a big help for him, obviously, to have me in the restaurant business. To such an extent, I remember at the beginning when he opened Xander in Clifton, Mama, come and try the food. I said, okay, fine. Then I saw my plate. I said, this is not my plate. He said, no, your plate. And it's written Café Flo on the fork and knife. Sikander, you couldn't get your... So he was blushing. He said, yeah, I needed some help. I said, sure. And then I see one of my waiter with my uniform of Café Flo waiting on me. I said, this is a bit too much, Sikander. No, I have wonderful relation with my son. He asked me also for advice, because obviously I'm the grandmother of the restaurant. So he asked me, he always asked me, we talk a lot about advice, and you want to open a new place now, so he's asking me, and then I need his help for whatever is new for me, starting from the point of sale to all this, modern thing. So it's very nice to have fresh blood, very important. When I get up in the morning, I like the idea that my Café Flo, I'll have to solve problem because it's small or big problem, but it's an incentive to get up. When I walk to my Café Flo, which is every day, I go there every day, I have smiling face. People are nice, I feel good, I feel I'm responsible for this stuff, and they are all wonderful. It's very important. You just can't lay back at this. You feel like now, as you know, we are threatened to be closed down, right? Because of so I don't know if I should talk about it, but it's a big problem. It's a massive problem for me. Looking for places, I can't find no places. I mean, it's just a nightmare. Right now I'm living a nightmare. But believe me, my main concern is what about my 65 people who are working for me for so many years? I'm going to support them. I can't. I really think it has been positive to be a foreign woman in this country. Really. I have a lot of things done just because of the fact I'm a foreigner, people want to help me, and because I'm a woman, also people are much more helpful. So I think it has been a plus point nearly all along. It's a difficult question because I could have so many answers. I think don't judge people. Accept people the way they are. Have an open heart. Be good to people, because when you are good to people, people are good to you. Like at my Café Flo, I'm not exceptionally good to them, but I'm good to them. And as a result, it's such a pleasure for me to work in my restaurant because of my staff. I mean, it's simple like that. You give love, you receive love. The law is very simple for that.